Tell Me Lies. See, episode 5
Yes.
has just been released. Spoilers ahead. If you haven't watched it yet, it came out Tuesday night. You're listening to this now Thursday. Another uncomfortable episode, top to bottom, I would say. But the streets are saying that it was kind of a boring up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think I agree with that, but
I thought it was like one of the more interesting.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. There were pockets of it. I know people are like half interested in the Bree stuff, Bree's life with her mom and whatever, which we'll get into.
Right.
But I think that it's just another episode furthering the evidence that Stephen DeMarco is a certified serial killer freak and needs to be behind bars.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
I've never seen anything more like that.
This episode really extended the character's depth.
Totally.
Like a lot of the character's depth that we weren't seeing in this season. So that's why I kind of liked it, because I feel like you really got to see like the other side of people.
Them being like genuine and not just wrapped up in dumb drama.
Right, exactly. You know? So I have a lot of notes. Some of them might be out of order. I kind of just like went by like what I remember in terms of like chronologic. So bear with me if it's out of order. So the episode starts with Steven getting into Yale.
Right.
Like, and
nobody cares.
Nobody gaff. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gaff.
He doesn't have anybody to call. He tries to call his sister. She doesn't answer.
Doesn't give a fuck.
He calls Wrigley. Wrigley's like, nice, man.
Wrigley was like, sick, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm busy.
Steven's like, let's go out tonight, whatever. He's like, yeah, maybe. So Steven's all pissed off that Steven's kind of like, wait, that's weird. Like, but he doesn't care.
Well, he's like struggling in that moment. I think it's finally Steven is realizing that he's pushed everyone too far away.
And no one likes him.
And everyone's over him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no one's putting up with this shit anymore. And this unraveling, I think, began with Diana's big speech.
Yeah.
I think her being like, you can't control me anymore. I think he's definitely in his head about that. Yeah. And that is coming clear when he gets into Yale and has like nobody to call.
100%. So then he goes to the library. I don't really know what he's doing. He's trying to make a copy of something. He sees a girl sitting across from him. They start flirting, and you're like, okay, this girl might be his next victim, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
but here's the question though, Gio. How the fuck has his reputation not made it through the entire school?
Yeah, I know.
Every woman should be aware of this monster sociopath. But that's the thing.
His friends like protect him. Like I think like only his friends like know.
But the girls, hello, let's use the power of gossip.
That's
the reason gossip exists, so we can keep each other safe.
Seriously,
okay?
like I need some flyers printed out on campus. Like stay away from this man.
Stay away from this man with the fucking creep mugshot of him. Like he is so horrible. Like how? And I guess this girl is probably like a freshman or young or whatever. So maybe she doesn't know.
Yeah. I would assume he like goes after the younger girls because they have less of a.
I guess that's what he did to Lucy.
Right.
Yeah. And Macy.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. Great point there.
Yep.
So then we see Evan and Bree. They are hooking up.
Yep.
They're back together back to hooking up at least because they kind of were like, we don't have to put any labels on it right now.
They're not talking. They're not telling people just yet.
Not telling anybody until Steven busts in because he said he's forgot something.
Basically kicks down the door.
Yeah, let him in. He's like, oh, Bree's here, whatever. You know, Bree knows instantly that this means that everybody's gonna know.
Right.
So
and Evan's like, he won't say anything, man. If I tell him not to say anything, like we're good right now. If I tell him not to say anything, he won't say anything. I'm like, Evan,
you're so naive.
Dumb idiot.
Naive
what a dumb idiot.
Yeah.
This episode, I will say, as a whole, made me dislike Evan.
Thank you. A lot of people, because I swiped on I posted on my story, I was like, ew, I hate Evan. Like, I don't know what, like, this episode really made me hate him.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's, like, the constant lying.
Yeah.
He lies to everybody. He lied to Bree, obviously, about the hooking up thing with Lucy. But then, on top of that, we see them having this conversation in the apartment together. And he's like, oh, yeah, I wasn't at that party. And Bree's like, yeah, you were. That was the night
he's
you cheated on me.
He's gaslighting her in real time. And he gaslights Molly, the other girl.
Yeah.
Like, he is acting now like Steven.
100%.
Like he's picking up on Steven's like manipulation tactics and he's enacting them towards other women.
Yeah, he's being like a fuckboy.
Exactly. And you know who clocked that shit right away is Diana.
Yeah.
Remember
she said to
Molly, they're like in the bathroom or together or something, and she's like, you missed it. I had a crazy interaction with Evan. And Diana's like, why are you even talking to him?
Yeah.
He ghosted you a week ago. And she's like, well, I had to let him know he was an asshole. And then Diana was like, Evan's low-key your Steven.
Yeah.
And then like mic drop,
damn
leaves,
shit.
facts. Especially with the way that Evan was acting. And he was acting like just too cool, and he's got that bitch on his shoulders, and it's so like, shut
rude.
up.
And it's like, yeah, I get it. He said that it was casual, whatever, but like, you don't have the littlest bit of respect to just send a text and be like, hey, like, I don't think we should hook up anymore. Like,
you know who would have that respect and who said you didn't talk to her about it?
Wrigley.
Our King Wrigley.
He's
the only man
her
who like, no, he called, like, he's the only guy that will literally like give his friends shit for being shitty people, and they totally dismiss him at every turn, because Evan was in the wrong for that. He hoped that it would fizzle out and he wouldn't have to do the dirty work, and that's exactly what happened, and which is why he was so chill in the pool where she's like, we're done hooking up. He's like, okay, because he wanted that to happen.
He wanted to have the upper hand. He wanted to seem like the nonchalant king, but it's like, you're acting so disrespectful and you're just like totally like dismissive of this girl's feelings. Like, just because you don't like her doesn't mean that you have to be a dick to her. Like, you can just have a little bit of respect.
You can just say,
for the girl you were having sex with,
right? And you could just say like, hey, obviously we've said that this is casual, but I think I'm kind of moved on from it. Sorry if that's upsetting, whatever. One conversation.
I'm seeing someone else.
Yes.
Like, that's
one uncomfortable conversation, but ultimately there's nothing she can be mad at you about except for not wanting her. In this case, now she's got a whole book of reasons to be mad
exactly.
at you.
Like, you just
that pool party thing was so cringe.
Oh,
like,
God, so cringe. Just I can't even imagine how much asbestos is in that pool.
The smell in that place, like all I could think about was how much chlorine that would smell like.
How much people are peeing in the pool, drunk
drunk
pool.
peeing in the pool, getting your drinks in the pool. Yeah. Why are they letting that happen at a school pool?
I know. I was
shocked.
Confused about that too.
Shocked.
So Diana finds out that she gets into Yale while she's at Planned Parenthood. Her dad calls her, tells her that she got into Yale. She has like this like, I am woman, hear me roar moment where she's like walking through the Planned Parenthood hallway, which I loved.
I loved it. Well, I loved that in that moment. It was such a perfect juxtaposition to Steven, who's nobody's answering his calls. Nobody gives a fuck. You got into Yale, whatever. And then Diana's dad goes out of his way to like tell his baby girl that she got in.
He's so
and
excited
she's like,
for her.
He's so excited, so proud of her, like can't wait for the future, whatever.
Yeah.
She's sitting there and she's like, yes, hell yeah, dad. And then all of a sudden, like, it's like, Diana? And he's like, she's like, I'll be right back. I'm meeting with my advisor.
I am woman.
And then they zoom out and it says Planned Parenthood.
Yeah,
and then she's just walking into her future, getting rid of this demon seed.
Legit.
And then making her way over to law school.
Yeah, making her way through life without Steven.
Yep.
Until Steven finds her in the library. And, you know, they have this back and forth. She tells him that she actually did get into Yale. He's like, how? You bombed your LSAT? She's like, no, actually, I got pretty much a perfect score on my
178
LSAT.
she got.
I had to lie to you.
Or maybe more than that.
178, I think she said.
Okay,
yeah, she was like...
Because Elle Woods got a 179, so...
Oh, shit. So she had to... So she'd be like, I don't... And here's the thing, like, Steven's so manipulative that he can, like, get her to admit these things, but I almost wish that she never even, like, said this stuff to him.
I wish that
so
too.
that, like, he just has no knowledge about her life or whatever, but I understand that she wants to, like, kind of one-up him, whatever.
Of course.
So she's like, this was the only way that, like, I could get you out of my life, basically. Yeah. And so he's like, so we're going to be seeing a lot of each other, whatever. And she's like, no, like, I'm not going to Yale. I will go anywhere else. I'll go to Brown. I'll go to Harvard. And Steven goes, are you really going to change the entire trajectory of your life just to avoid me? She goes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
And more backstory, of course, is that Diana's dad went to Yale Law. It's like a family, like.
For sure.
He was, or I actually.
Or like he really
wanted her to go.
At least.
I don't know if he also went there, but it was her dad really wanted her to go. They were excited, whatever. And yeah, she's willing to give up this quote unquote lifelong dream, however long that she had this dream of going to Yale, to avoid Steven.
Yeah.
And honestly, there are better schools, girl. Yale is beautiful, great, and I'm sure you get an amazing education. You can get an amazing education somewhere else without the most toxic man in the world breathing down your neck the whole time.
And then you don't have to. Where's Yale's campus? It's in Connecticut, right?
Yeah,
it's,
New Haven.
New Haven, yeah.
Yep.
New Haven nicer areas to go than New Haven. Like Brown is in a really nice area. Love New Haven down.
Yeah,
been to multiple pub concerts there.
Of course.
But
it's very commercial in New Haven these days.
Like the campus of Yale is really nice, and then like you're like, okay, I'm in New Haven, Connecticut.
Yep.
So I don't know. So I believe this happens after the pool party. I can't really remember, but at some point Steven gets the idea to send pretty much naked pictures of Diana. We don't know to who just yet.
That happened after
the pool party, because I believe
because it was
Molly was like, delete the pictures that I sent you to Evan.
Yes.
Evan was like, I already did, which I was like, damn.
Yes.
That's fucking rude.
And he was just such a dickhead to her.
So
and then
rude.
I also like don't believe that he deleted the photos. Like,
me neither.
I do think that he lied to Steven about it because sorry. back it up. How fucking gross is it that Evan and Molly are having this conversation? She's like, delete those photos. He's like, I already did. Then Steven comes up and he goes, there's photos of Molly.
I know. Ugh, he's such a fucking loser.
He's such a loser. To this day, I will never understand, like, guys with girlfriends who would like show other guys nudes from their girlfriends or girls that they've like been in. Like Evan and Molly were, as much as Evan wants to pretend like that was a casual relationship, they were on and off situationship for years, it seems. So it would be really fucked up and like just another level of disrespect.
It's just like the biggest invasion of privacy.
Completely. It's so disgusting.
Yeah. Trust.
Right. Absolutely disgusting.
Things. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So Steven's like, oh, like, do you actually have those pictures? And Evan's like, no, I actually did delete them. Yeah. And I think that's what gives Steven the idea, oh, I have pictures of Diana. Mm-hmm. So we don't know who he sent those pictures to.
Probably I will say the head of admissions at Yale or Harvard, like that. Whoever.
But I was like, those pictures aren't even that crazy, first off. Second off, she looked really good. Like, if anything, like, but at the time, you know, it's like, what, 2008, 2009? Like, naked pictures at the time.
No. That would have, she wouldn't have been.
Ruined your life.
It would have ruined her life, not in a way of, like, online shame and stuff. It would have ruined her life. She would get unaccepted from school. Like, in that time, if there were
slut shaming was real.
The slut shaming was the biggest it's ever been. Like, you could lose a job or lose a college admissions based on nudes of yourself getting leaked, like, which was so fucked at the time.
So obviously. Whatever. If anything, if he sends it to the Yale person and they've received her application, then whatever. Like, she said she didn't want to go there anyways.
Right.
So.
Well, I think he's probably going to send it to like Harvard, Brown, and all the other places she listed. You know, here is where that would backfire, because I would say that those institutions, even at that time, wouldn't fall prey to something like that. I think they would probably like let her know, be like, hey, we were sent these anonymous things. However, we don't like tolerate that kind of behavior at Harvard or at Brown or whatever. So it has no effect on your whatever. However, like, you know, figure out who you can trust. I would imagine a conversation like that would be had. But seeing Steven like go into the bowels of his computer to like find these photos, it just makes me worried about real life. Like, I hope to fucking God that, like, I know that Stephen DeMarcos exist in real life, but this show just really makes me think and worry about like guys who do this.
I know.
And like in like
revenge porn.
Revenge porn is so disgusting. Or even just like, I don't know, like, is it so bold of me to say that if a girl sends you a nude, like, don't save it to your phone? Like, don't, like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Get rid of it. Like, there's no need for you to have a secret folder and a hidden app and a whatever the fuck. And a lot of guys do. And I think it's like fucked up.
It's
like,
terrifying.
If I've ever gotten a nude from a guy, it just sits in the messages and it disappears after 30 days or whatever. Like, I'm not saving dick pics.
No, hell no.
It's bizarre.
No. Yeah,
even
like I don't
abs.
be scrolling through my fucking photos and just see a dick.
No, like
I'll
not,
pass.
No, like it's just a very strange behavior. And to me, I feel it's like, if you're saving photos that girls have sent you, unless you're like a really good guy, I've got worries that you have it for a reason. Yeah,
for sure.
To one day hold over her if you need to. Yeah, like almost like an insurance policy.
Yeah, I've had such a, you know, we've had so many instances like at my school and stuff of things like happening that I like learned my lesson at a very young age.
Same.
Yeah,
really dark shit. Yeah, like bad stuff.
Like kids like selling them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The only thing that gives me solace in that obviously went rampant around our high school because it was right when camera phones came out. And it was awful.
Back in my day,
from
when the camera phones,
back in the coal mines, when you had to,
you could take a picture of this damn thing.
You had to slide a lens to release your camera, which is real. You had to like take the cap off the lens and take photos on your phone.
That's
but
crazy.
No, I mean it was such a horrible thing at the time for a lot of girls. Like everyone I know was
think
subject
about girls
to something
now
like that.
these days with fucking AI and shit. Like
no, it's horrible.
It's a never-ending nightmare.
You really can't believe it. Oh, I said the only thing that brings me solace though is that a lot of that stuff, it's like obviously high school. It's like if you see a picture of a high school girl going around right now, you're fucking, it's gross.
You're
you even have
pedophile.
That. Why do you have that pedophile? Yeah. Delete those photos off your fucking phone.
Yeah.
There are guys from my high school that had folders on their phone full of nudes that they've collected. They were like a friend group. Yeah. And they like would all keep it on like one computer. And then every once in a while,
I know the name of the kid. I was almost about to say it, but I'm not.
I was about to also expose all these fucking assholes because I don't know if they know that I know about it, but I do. And we had like, they would do these weird things. They would like blitz the photos out to people, like back to the people who sent it to them to like scare them. It's actually a really fucked up thing.
No, really fucked up. There was a kid who was
they
like
can all
selling.
go to hell, actually.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Like selling like nudes of girls that I knew in high school, like for money. It's
disgusting.
Like literally like 14-year-old girls. Like,
I'm so sick about this.
Yeah.
We were all 16, 15, 16.
Yeah, exactly. Like
disgusting.
It's
behavior.
like, what were you even taking pictures of? Like, I don't even have boobs.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that
it's like my Justice bra.
No, literally, like the picture I'm thinking of myself was like, is that a boy?
Yeah,
like,
no, seriously,
no way. Like,
no one's getting off to this.
No way. And it was before Photoshop, so it's not like I can make my boobs look bigger. It was not. It was a grainy LG VX 6100 cell phone.
Yeah, it's just so bad, so bad. It
horrifying.
Gives me heebie-jeebies.
It really does. It makes my skin crawl. Fuck those guys. My high school.
Fuck that guys. Fuck those guys.
I know all of your names.
Seriously,
just
and
so
I,
you know.
I will never forget.
And I will announce them on air. If you ever do anything to fuck with me, I will say that you were distributing child porn well into your college years. I know all about it, boys.
Yeah, seriously, it's
disgusting animals.
So Steven does that, but that's at some point, whatever. But it's rewinding a little bit because I think this happens a little bit. I think this is before the pool party. Yes, this is before the pool party. Everything. So they're at the bar to celebrate for Steven's acceptance. Celebrate. It's more, right. Evan wants to go out, and Wrigley, I guess, agreed.
I love how Steven manipulated that whole thing. He called Wrigley and like, "Come on, bro, let's go out." And he's like, "Yeah, maybe, whatever." Later to Evan, he goes,
like,
"Wrigley insists that we go out or whatever." Yeah. So I'm like, "You're such a
loser." Like,
I love
you have to
seeing
lie
him
to your friends to get them to hang out for you.
Yeah.
It's so lame. So they're at the bar, whatever, they're talking. Wrigley is giving Evan a hard time for being a dick to Molly. Steven's backing up Evan, whatever. And, they're kind of, you could tell it's uncomfortable. And then Wrigley's like, "Oh, I'm just going to go." Steven's like, "Oh, why don't we go back to my dorm? Like, we should go back to my dorm." And
Great.
Evan's like, "No, man, like, let's just go back to my house."
Yeah.
And Wrigley's like, "I'm not going to your dorm." And Steven's like, "Why? It's 5 minutes away. It's so close. Why wouldn't we just go to my dorm? Like, whatever." And Wrigley finally snaps. He's like, "Why the fuck would I want to go to your dorm? That's where my brother died, you fucking freak. And also, everyone thinks that it's fucking weird that you still live there."
Facts.
And he walks out, and Steven's just standing there, like, dumbfounded. And he's so sociopathic, like, so narcissistic, sociopathic, that doesn't even click to him that it's weird that he still lives there. Well, he's like, "Well, I wasn't even there."
Well, here's the question. Do we think... I was not confused at this moment, but it's very hard to distinguish between like real Steven and Steven putting on airs to make people feel a certain way. Like, is he pretending like he doesn't know it's painful for Wrigley to come over as like a punishment because he's like, or did he actually not realize that it's fucking weird that he didn't move out of the room that a kid died in, his close friend's brother?
Yeah,
like,
to me, I felt like
so crazy.
It was, he genuinely could not put two and two together because he just like doesn't have the emotional capacity to understand. But I understand what you're saying, that is Steven, but like he didn't have that like malicious Steven face on. Like, he looked genuinely like, "Why don't we just go?"
I feel sometimes like he puts on that fake,
like, dumb.
What?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he does that so much. Again, I'm so suspicious of everything
for
Steven does at all times.
I get that for sure.
And I'm sure we're supposed to be feeling this way. Like, is he serious? Is he not? But I'm wondering, like, is there something that...
Because I could see him pushing Wrigley like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why would he... Like, I'm sure there's beef with Wrigley somewhere that he, like, loves keeping his dorm as, like, this place of, like, torture for Wrigley or whatever. Like, he's just so fucked up.
He's so fucked up like that. But, I also feel like he literally does not have the emotional... like intelligence at all.
No. What a psycho.
He's so freaky.
And can I be honest? I didn't even realize until this moment that he was still living in the apartment that Wrigley's brother died in.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't.
And everyone was like, "Yeah, dude, everyone like thinks it's weird. Like, sorry, but they do." Like,
also with that line of questioning where Steven, like, all he's worried about in that moment, he does a little bit be like, "Damn, that's not what I like. Oh, I didn't mean that for Wrigley, whatever." But then he's immediately asking questions like, does everyone think it's weird?
Yeah.
Is everyone talking about me? Is everyone, what do they think of me? Like, it's very, self-centered.
Yeah,
He's a narcissist.
Yes,
like,
exactly. He cares more about what people think rather than like his actual actions.
what he actually feels.
Yeah.
Whereas like you're going into a dorm by yourself every day with a ghost of a kid who overdosed on your couch. That's your friend's brother. Like,
it's awful. It's disgusting.
did we ever find out he didn't have like anything to do with his
No,
death, right?
no.
That was his own. He overdosed on his own.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he either like got too drunk or he overdosed. I can't remember.
I think it might have been like an accident though.
I think
wasn't
it was definitely an
Like a
accident because they
fentanyl thing,
invited
maybe?
him to like make Wrigley feel better.
Yes.
And like, yeah, either
I gotta rewatch. I
Yeah, I
can't
gotta
remember.
rewatch.
Yeah.
But it was definitely an accident. It was not on purpose.
I don't think it was. It wasn't a suicide.
No,
Yeah. But he was depressed, so everyone like
Yes.
thought it was a suicide. I think.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go back and watch.
So then we see Pippa, Wrigley, and Bree. They're talking somewhere. They're talking about photographs, whatever. Pippa is saying that she wants to go to this party, the pool party. Wrigley's like, I don't want to go.
Because she found out Diana's going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wrigley's like, I don't want to go. I want to actually get away from campus for a little while. Like, you should come with me. Bree's like, oh, I'm going into town, so I can't go, whatever. So then Pippa has a great idea that Wrigley should drive Bree into town. So,
Okay,
Pippa
Pippa
wants to get rid of Wrigley.
Pippa says, "Oh, I wish my friend could occupy my boyfriend so I can hang out with my girlfriend."
Yeah, seriously,
That's
she's
literally
so
what-
brutal.
I just don't know why she won't. I mean, I get, why
Yeah, she thinks she like has to like take care of
Yeah.
him, but like clearly he
doesn't give a
need
shit.
that.
It's
Yes.
so funny.
So she has that great idea. Pippa, so Bree and Wrigley go. They're in the car. Bree reveals to Wrigley that she's actually not going to town. She's going to go see her mom in New Jersey.
Yep.
And basically Wrigley's like, oh, I'll drive you because whatever, one reason or the other.
Yeah. He's
Mostly
like, well, I've already.
because he wants to.
He wants to hang out with her,
Yeah.
but he's like, I forced myself into the situation already. I might as
Yeah.
well bring you all the way there.
Yeah.
And she was saying that she didn't tell Pippa or anybody at school that she was doing this because she wasn't sure how she felt about going to see her mom, because the last time she went to go see her, it was like not a good meetup. Her mom had her when she was 14, so she's only like 14 years old. That's that it's a crazy age. You know what I mean? Like that's
crazy.
So Bree is like 21 and her mom is 36.
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
Like that's
The casting that they did for her mom was crazy.
me having a daughter in college.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
crazy.
And so,
So-
I would imagine that's hard. So she was
she said
saying
they
like,
ended up in a huge fight.
yes, the last time they'd seen each other when Bree was 15.
Yeah.
So she said that she didn't want to tell anybody. She was just going to take the bus. She wasn't sure how it was going to go, whatever. And that she didn't want to have to like talk about it if she didn't want to talk about it. She mostly just like didn't want to bring anyone around into her shit. And Wrigley was like, I'm okay with all that.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to talk about it. I will sit in the car. I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
And he just got like an A+++ in the friend category for this whole endeavor. Like,
He had very good social awareness
Instincts.
almost. Yes, because
Yeah.
like I almost thought that he was gonna like sit down with Bree and his mom, and I was like, oh, like he needs to like kind of
needs to leave.
Yeah,
Get to step in.
And he
Yeah.
definitely got that, like he got that social cue.
Mm-hmm.
And even like when Bree and her mom were having the conversation after, like at the mom's house, like he's standing to the side, like not interrupting.
And he was like watching on protectively, like to
Yeah.
make sure Bree was okay, and like it
sweet.
was so sweet. Like,
Yeah. The
God,
biggest
love
thing I
him.
took
love
away
Wrigley.
from that whole thing was, like Wrigley really killed that whole thing interaction wise, and seems like Bree like does not recall her childhood
No.
accurately at all.
No,
So
it
it
sounds
seems like she has a lot of like trauma blockage or whatever it is.
definitely
So she seems like she needs a lot of like, intensive therapy, like deep
For real.
diving into her past and like trying to like, remember these things accurately because,
Yeah.
she's like saying to her mom, like, oh, you had me for a month and then I had to go to my grandma, and it's like, no, like I didn't have you for a month. It was more like a week at max.
Yeah,
like,
or it was
whatever.
a year. She thought she lived with her mom for a year.
Oh,
and she was
yeah.
like, I think you were with me for a
like-
month.
Right,
And then
right, sorry.
occasionally my mom would let me come and visit you. But so we did get a few clues into like Bree's mom's past. It sounds
Yeah.
like she had a past with alcohol and addiction and whatever. And now she's like having bottomless, like they were definitely sliding in that she's an alcoholic because they were like bottomless mimosas. And
Yeah.
I could drink beer and wine now.
yeah.
And like, so clearly there's like a backslide happening with her mom.
Yeah.
And I think that hesitation shows through because it seemed like Bree's mom would like say one thing and Bree would like, they were both so nervous.
Yeah.
And they both clearly want to be in each other's lives. But I think Bree's mom probably is still like, I'm not really like, I'm good, but I'm not all the way there.
Yeah.
But she wants her to think that she's good. So whenever Bree keeps trying to like make concrete plans, her mom's kind of deflective of it.
Yeah, I was
So to
noticing
me,
that.
I feel like it's a pressure thing, especially when you're like in the middle of recovery.
Yeah.
It's like
you could tell she
one
didn't
step at a
want to
time.
say yes or no to go into the photography exhibit.
Yep.
Like Bree's being featured, her photography is being featured.
Yep.
And like then she kind of like loosely invited Bree to like her Jersey Shore house.
Yep.
So it I feel like this is a kind of a common thing in terms of like
addicts, parents.
I don't want to call her like deadbeat, but like with your deadbeat
estranged,
parent, your estranged parent, like inviting. Like I feel like this happens a lot in shows and movies where they're like,
totally,
Dad, I have this big event. Like, will you come? And the dad's like, yes, and then they just don't show up. Yeah, like I feel like it's gonna be that kind of thing where Bree feels like she's gonna come and then she doesn't actually show up.
Yeah, I agree.
But we'll have to see. I want to put more trust in the mom.
Me too.
But
they kind of just put too many pearls in there for us to pick out of like future issues.
Yeah.
All the subtle like alcohol problem stuff I think is really what's gonna, maybe she'll show up drunk to the event, you know what I mean? Like
that'd be crazy.
Yeah. And she seemed a little, I would say, to whoever that actress is, great casting.
Yeah,
for
they
Bree's
look
mom.
so much alike.
They look a lot alike, and the mom really had like the movements down of Bree. Like she sometimes like smiled in the right way or like moved in a way like Bree did. So whoever that actress was really studied Bree's actress character iteration of her, I think.
Yeah, very well.
Well prepared, I thought.
Yeah. So Bree and Wrigley leave after her mom's kind of like, oh yeah, like you should come to my house in the summer. Maybe I'll come to this exhibit.
Yeah.
And Bree and Wrigley are driving home. Bree reveals to Wrigley, like, she's like, I just didn't have like this normal childhood. Like, I'll never be able to like catch up to the way things are because, I was like stunted. And then she mentions I never learned how to swim. Mm-hmm. So Wrigley's like, what? You never learned how to swim? And I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh, no.
Cut to, they are at the pool after the pool party swimming together. And I'm like, this is... what you're doing, get into the water, just the two of you at night.
And not in bathing suits either. They're in like their clothes.
Yeah.
And no one's at the pool anymore. It's remnants of the party.
Yeah.
Which, like, how is that pool not closed? I have a lot of thoughts about
how'd they get in there?
No idea. And like it's a school pool. There must be like lax rules, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, they're in there and he's teaching her how to swim.
He's teaching her how to swim. It gets intimate. She kind of they have like this moment where he needs to like catch her. Mm-hmm. They get close together. And then Wrigley immediately like freaks out. He's like, I gotta go.
He clocked too. And I was proud of him for doing that because while I do ship Bree and Wrigley big time, I respect that he's not like literally cheating on Pippa. Like, yes, he's crossing, like they're both crossing lines now.
Yeah.
Now that he's got his hands on her, when he was like, I'll hold you up in the pool. Like, all right, you're going to hold her waist and like her thighs.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Which is how, yes, that works. But when it's a child, it's not the same.
Sexual.
And it's sexual when you're an adult. So it's like, whatever.
They have a lot of sexual tension.
Yes. So she's like losing her balance and falling into him and whatever. And it's like, you knew what was going to happen there. And yeah, I ship them, but I respect Wrigley so much for not going all the way there in that moment, even though it's very clear that he
wanted to.
Yeah. Yep.
So after that, Pippa and Wrigley go to Bree's room to say something. I forget what it was. And Bree just like automatically announces like, oh, well, Evan and I are actually back together. So,
Yep.
So, and Wrigley's face looks like he wants to puke.
Yep. And even Pippa doesn't look like she's happy to hear this news.
Yes.
It seems like everyone, nobody is really like
true.
wanting Bree and Evan to get back together.
No.
And I was surprised by Pippa's reaction to this because she kind of was like, you know how like when you're sitting next to someone and someone says something and you like grab their hand, you're like, oh my God. Like they said, they kind of had like that moment if you pay attention. And I was like, oh, interesting. But I do think that Pippa has the best read on all these guys.
Everybody,
And she...
I think she knows that Evan like is a Steven sympathizer.
Baby
so like,
Steven. Steven in training,
Legit.
And I also bet that, obviously, wait a minute. Does Pippa know that Evan and Lucy hooked up?
No.
Okay. So then never mind. But
no, the only people that know it's Steven, Evan, and Lucy.
Steven, Evan, and Lucy. Not even Diana?
I don't think Diana knows.
I guess not. They really kept that tight in there, huh?
She might, low key, now that I think about it, but I don't think so.
No, yes, she does. Because
No, I don't think she
does. Because she told her about the video.
Yeah.
But that was about Chris Montgomery.
Yes.
Okay.
So, speaking of Chris,
yep.
Lucy, this entire time, is, kind of in her head about everything. She goes to Alex's to kind of like, to hook up, whatever. And Alex.
Wait, pause for a sec. Alex, so fucking hot. What a hottie. And just getting hotter by the day.
Truly.
Who is this man? Like,
so hot.
Burst on the scene and stole my heart.
No,
like, oh my God, I love him. He really did. Like,
seriously.
Woo!
Yeah.
God, I love him.
Every time he's on the screen, like, I like hold my breath because he's so hot.
Same. I'm like, more of Alex.
Yeah. So
love him.
Lucy's kind of looking for some like some release.
Yep.
And
hate you sex, which has become her thing, and
Alex,
which is sad,
reveals to her that he heard the rumor about her,
about Chris Montgomery.
Yeah,
the fake rumor.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, oh, I don't want to like be like kind of egging you on in terms of like making you feel worse about yourself, and like I don't want to be like complacent.
He said when we were hooking up and the way that we hook up, we're like fucking around. He's like, I thought we were just like fucking around with each other, but now that I know that it's like from a place of trauma, I don't really feel comfortable.
Yes,
which I get. Like if you want to do that like rough stuff and talk shit to each other and whatever, but if it's like Lucy's obviously doing it because she's like broken, and it's like whatever, like it's, and that is sad, like that totally changes the tone.
Yeah, totally. So after Lucy and Alex have that interaction, she goes home. She sees a bucket of pee outside of her dorm, which was disgusting. I thought it was poop at first.
I
but
knew
she
it
looked
was
at it
pee,
for too long that I was like, okay, it can't be poop.
I thought it was gonna be like vomit or like a dead animal
or like poop on fire. Like, how people like put shit on fire? Like,
well, you know why they do that?
Why?
That's like an Adam Sandler thing. They like, you light a bag of shit on fire so someone will feel like they have to stomp it out.
Oh, and then
so
they step on the poop.
That's the whole.
Wow.
That's the whole thing. Yep.
So she gets the bucket of pee outside of her dorm.
Men are repulsive, by the way. Like just actual vermin. And
like,
I'm sorry.
this is a possible sexual assault survivor, but let's piss in a bucket outside of her fucking door to intimidate her.
And we find that the other girl, Katie, who was also assaulted by Chris Montgomery, got a bucket of pee outside her door as well.
Pippa reveals that to Lucy at the pool party. So Lucy dumps it out, puts the bucket into the shower. They go to the pool party. Lucy and Pippa are talking. Basically, I forget. This also was a crucial part too, but Bree and Pippa were having a conversation. I forget when this happens, but I think maybe it's before Wrigley came, but Bree was like, I'm so shocked that this happened to Lucy and she didn't say anything to us.
Oh, yeah.
And Pippa was like, she probably like speaking for herself.
That was right before Wrigley got there.
Okay, yeah. And she was like, she probably
I can't believe Bree didn't, or I can't believe she hasn't brought it up with me yet.
Yeah. And she was like, she probably doesn't want people like picturing her in that way.
She projected. She gave her own personal answer why she doesn't want people to know, and said like, Lucy probably feels this way. It's obviously Pippa.
So Pippa and Lucy are talking at the pool party. They're kind of just, chit-chatting about anything. She was like, has anything happened with you, with Chris? Like, has anyone said anything to you? Whatever.
She brought up the Katie thing. She's like, hey, I heard some crazy shit. Like a bunch of Chris's friends left a bucket of pee outside Katie's
and Lucy
place.
was like, oh, that didn't happen to me. She lied and said that didn't happen.
Yep.
So then Pippa sees Diana, is like, oh, I'm going to go get us drinks. Lucy's sitting there by herself. She makes... This part, I was like, is she having an hallucination or is this real?
I thought the same thing, Gia. I was like, she's having a psychotic break and she's imagining Chris Montgomery in this pool right here.
Because she makes eye contact with Steven. Mm-hmm. She looks away. And then
Steven was like peacocking, like waiting for her to look. Ew, I hate him so much.
So gross. With the girl on his shoulder is like so nasty. She looks down and it's Chris and he like touches her or whatever. And he's like, hey, like, what's going on? Like being so nonchalant, being so casual. He's like, oh yeah, like Pippa and I, like we hooked up. Like she was like, it was two-way. Like
he was like, no one's ever like said that they didn't like hooking up with me. Like ask your friend. We hooked up. And Lucy was like,
God,
you don't think that people know what you did to Pippa? Yeah. And because she was like, well, and he was like, what did we do? We hooked up.
Yeah. And that's when Chris calls Pippa and she doesn't answer.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, did you see that when Diana and Bree or I keep messing up their names.
I know.
When Diana and Pippa are cuddling, she gets a call from Chris and then like immediately hangs up on him.
I didn't. I missed this whole thing. Yeah. Because I didn't remember there being a moment for Diana and Pippa.
They're like in the bed and they're watching something on the computer and...
After the pool party?
Yes.
Wow, I must have been on my phone or something.
Yeah.
I didn't see this part.
So Chris called her after that. So, oh God, who knows what's going to come with that?
Here are the things that I've now thought since watching for this moment. Because Chris is obviously a dumb fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's very clear they want us to think he's a dumb idiot. And while, yes, he is also a rapist, I'm not sure if he like truly knows that he's like assaulting these women. Like,
yeah.
And the thing with Pippa, and that's why I would like to go back and watch, Pippa was drugged.
Yeah.
But I don't think she was drugged by Chris. Like, I think that is where the gray area is, because she was certainly drugged and then he took advantage of her while she was fucked up. That all happened for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think we see, like,
if it was Chris or not.
If it was Chris or not. And I don't think it was. My working theory is that it was Steven.
Ooh,
like drugging Pippa because he was like pissed at her because remember they had their own beef.
Yeah.
About like the letter and Wrigley and the brother and what there was like shit that Pippa was involved with Steven early on, and I just kind of, it's not revealed. I've not been reading theories, but in my head I did think about the fact that we're not actually sure who drugged Pippa. And I'm not saying that that absolves Chris Montgomery. It does not.
No, not at all.
But I could see a dumb fucking idiot who doesn't understand the difference between consent and someone being too drunk to consent could be like, what do you mean, when like he didn't literally drug her himself.
I literally couldn't tell if he was just playing dumb or if he was literally just that fucking stupid.
I think he's that fucking stupid because remember when
disgusting.
His sister was in town, because even him coming up to Lucy being like, hey, what the fuck, like, I know you and my sister, Lydia is her name by the way, I know that you guys aren't good right now, but blah blah blah, like he just was so dumb about the whole thing that it made me think to and that is also how he acted when we saw him the first time. He just acted like a big dumb idiot. So I'm like wondering if that's what they're trying to portray.
Right. So so Chris is trying to like explain to Lucy like whatever. Lucy's having none of it. He tries to like touch her and she's like, don't touch me. Causes like, everyone's looking at them anyways. But then after that, everybody's looking at them. And then poor Lucy has to doggy paddle out of the pool, which was just awful.
Well, Chris like put his hands on her float and she was like, don't touch me. And then he was like, oh, come on. And like tried again. And that's when she was like, don't touch me. And it like echoed around the room and everybody watched. And I would say though that bodes well for Lucy. It's like Chris won't leave her the fuck alone, clearly. And so,
So after that, Lucy goes to Alex's. She like wants him to like be rough with her or whatever. Alex is like, no, like it could be good this way too.
I like almost started crying at that point. I was like, oh my God, Lucy is so broken. He wants to have
sexual love. He wants to make love to her.
He just wants her to feel good. He like likes her.
Yeah,
like,
I think he likes her too.
When he was asking her about like the drama that he heard about, obviously he doesn't know that she was just like speaking up for Pippa and she doesn't actually have this trauma with Chris. But he was just like asking her how she was and like how her day was and stuff. And he was like, I don't know. I'm just wondering. Like, it was just, I think he's a good soul who just wants to, he's a people pleaser, you know? And I think that Lucy is like the latest
He's
person.
like, I'm down to get weird, but I'm not down to like make you feel like you're a piece of shit because you feel like you're a piece of shit.
He said like, I'm not trying to like do things to fuck up people like long term.
Yeah.
Like,
So that happens. Lucy, like you can tell in her face that she's like, I don't want to like have sex like this. Whatever. This is not what I came here for.
Mood killer.
Yeah. So she goes home eventually at some point. I would think it's the next morning because it was like daytime. Goes to her dorm, opens up her laptop, plays the voicemail that Steven left her, like screaming at her, calling her a cunt and all these things, and then starts masturbating. To the voicemail.
Lucy, girl. What are you doing, girl?
I was like, okay, this girl is trauma.
She needs so much help.
She needs a lot of help.
She needs so much help. She needs to get away from that fucking man. He has burrowed so deep into her brain that it really is hard to watch. And I feel bad for her. It's sad. It's pathetic.
Like she can't get off without like being degraded.
Right. It's like and listen, we don't want to kink shame in this house, but at the same time, we know that this is coming from a place of trauma. Like we know that.
And that's not like a, let's pretend fight to get each other off, whatever. This was like a legitimate voicemail that he sent her, like so pissed off at her, like this the voicemail that she sent to Sadie to prove that he was a psycho.
Yep.
So she has a lot of trauma that she needs to unpack.
Yep.
And I think she's burying herself so deep that I'm kind of nervous. Obviously she turns out fine because but like
we keep seeing the
I forget what she says. I forget who said it. I think it was Pippa or someone. They were like, oh, like when you had the worst year of your life sophomore year, like you almost didn't come out of it or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, the theory
I'm
that
trying to remember.
I think it was Pippa said it at the
think you're
wedding.
right,
She was like, you know, you were in such a dark place sophomore year, like we almost didn't think you were going to come out of it.
Yes. And that was her also, I think, warning her not to go back into it, right? Because there was a moment where she was scared looking for Steven.
Yes.
And I think Diana said something like, it's scary when you don't know where he is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think Pippa maybe in that same, somewhere around that same time said something along the lines of like, it's crazy how you let it get back to you so fast or something along those lines, which I get. Like, you know, it's old habits, especially if she was just in there so deep. Like, she is so far gone and so like emotionally twisted by this guy that I think the only way to pull herself out of it is to like 100% excommunication, never see him again. Like, how do you know what I mean? Like, to heal yourself from this and like show yourself that you deserve more. Like, it's really sad to watch.
It is very sad, and it's getting to a point where I'm like, this is really dark stuff.
Super
like,
dark.
And you know what else people are like theorizing, whatever. It's like crazy to even theorize on this, but like, she burns herself with the curling iron.
Yeah.
And like they kind of bring it up a couple times. You know, they talk
Pippa
about it at
asked,
the pool.
what's that about? She's like, oh, curling iron.
And then
like,
I guess apparently in season 1, there's a scene where Lucy's curling her hair and like Pippa takes the curling iron out of her hair. Is like, oh, I'll do it for you, something. Or she's like about to curl her hair. People think that like Lucy's going to start using like the curling iron to like self-harm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that was... Okay, so right, when Pippa shows up at the wedding and it's awkward because I guess they haven't seen each other in a little while. This is like in the future.
Yeah.
The flash forward with Bree's wedding. That's when Lucy's like sitting at the table and she's going to start doing her hair and Pippa's like, want me to curl your hair?
Yeah.
And then I think she did it in early days of college when they were living together. Like that's kind of like their bonding moment.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I wonder if Pippa will ever bring up the curling iron burn again and it could be a self-harm thing.
Yeah.
But I think I wouldn't have gone as deep as like it's self-harm. I would have gone as like that's a shared thing that they know that Lucy's like shit at the curling iron and it's their like friend bond.
Well, I think
that'd be
people
dark
think it's gonna like develop more, like she
become a thing.
Yeah, like it's gonna become a thing, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see. Yeah. I hope
like,
not, because that is really dark.
Really dark element to the show.
I hope that's just like a friend thing. You know, that'd be nice, but it's a dark show.
It's a really dark show, and as we said last week, it's like the rape and the sexual assault like conversation is just so uncomfortable to begin with, and then like having to be dealing with this like lie and all the like, you know, all the things that come out of it. It's tough to watch.
Well, another disappointing moment in that exchange between Pippa and Lucy when they're on the float and Pippa is bringing up the stuff that's happening to Katie, and she thanks Lucy in that moment for not dragging her into it. She's like, thanks again for not dragging me into this.
Yeah.
And then she's like, is anybody bothering you about it? Lucy lies about it. So then Pippa thinks she's like, all right, now then we're good.
Yeah.
So I think last time we recapped this, I had said that I hope that it comes to a point where Pippa is just like, listen, it was me and Lucy was sticking up for me and nothing is worth all this drama and I'm going to help Katie against this case against this guy. It sounds like that is nowhere near something that Pippa is ready or willing to do.
Yeah.
So
I'm very curious to see how the rest of it plays out.
Me too.
And like, I did really enjoy this episode solely because I feel like we got a lot of more depth from each character.
I agree totally.
So we'll have to see. And I really don't think that Bree and Wrigley ever hook up. I think it's like a tension, you know.
Like forever?
Yeah, like they know that they're in love with each other. There's just like nothing they can do.
That would be crazy. I feel like there's got to be at least a kiss.
Right.
You know, for him to be longing for so long. Because you forget about it after a while if you've never even kissed. It's like, yeah, sure, you pine for that person, but you're not showing up to the wedding
have any,
and
like deep emotional...
calling her every day. Yeah, like that's just not... I would like that to progress.
Yeah.
I would like there to be more of that.
Agreed.